Since Siddharth and Kavita hadn't joined last class. Okay, Siddharth, thanks for replying in chat, Siddharth. Kavita, could you reply?
Um, saying has
Python.
PyCharm. Has Siddharth downloaded PyCharm?
Yes, Siddharth replied in chat. He has.
Okay. So has everyone opened up PyCharm?
Yes.
Okay. So and is everyone getting this loading screen?
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. So as you guys can see, this is going to be the loading screen for PyCharm. It's going to come up every time you open it. So there's a few simple things here: create new project, open, check out from version control. You don't need to know that is, and configure. So right now, what I want everyone to do is click on create new project. So if you guys remember from last class, we made everyone make a folder. So what I want everyone to do is click on this little folder icon that should be here and navigate to the folder. So can everyone please do that? And once you're there, if you want, you can make a new folder called projects, but in case you don't, just select it.
Sorry, your voice is lagging. Could you please repeat?
Okay. So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so in case you get, so did you hear what I said about navigating to the folder?
No.
Okay, so what I want everyone to do is navigate to the folder everyone made last class. If in case you haven't, just make it now. And if you want, for more organization, you can make a subfolder called projects. In case you don't, just navigate to the current folder, to the folder you made last class. So once everyone's done that, can you please raise your hand, like using the Zoom feature, please? In case you guys don't know how to do it, just open up the participants list, and over there it should show something called raise hand. Kapita, can you please tell us in the chat if you're having any technical problems? Because it seems okay. Kapita saying she only has Python. Okay, yeah, she's having some problems with the mic and camera. Okay.
I'll just send the link.
Yeah, just tell her to send the link and download it. Kavita, we're going to be recording this lesson and uploading it to your YouTube channel. So, and we'll upload it and we'll send you the link. And in case, so just what we're doing now, you can just catch up on that quickly. You can, once your download finishes, so we'll send you the link. Once your download finishes, just tell us. So has everyone navigated to the folder? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to guess that everyone has. In case you haven't, you can just tell me now. If you have, we'll continue. Okay, so I think everyone's done it. So now what I want everyone to do is it's going to either show something called slash untitled, or it might show something else. It might show something like this. So this is probably what it'll show. So type a slash, just a regular slash, and give it a name. So since today we're going to be doing a hello world program, and we'll explain more about that later, just type in hello underscore world. Now try not to use spaces because it can be a little bit difficult when trying to search for the folder or just making the project. So just try to use underscores instead. So can everyone just do that?
PyCharm is like not, it's taking a while to open.
What? Can you repeat?
It's taking a while to open.
Your PyCharm?
It's taking a while to open.
And because PyCharm is a little bit slow, so just we'll wait for you to finish doing it.
I can't see your screen anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
please stop sharing.
Yeah, I might have accidentally stopped sharing. Can everyone see it now?
Yeah, we can see it.
If anyone has finished, please just raise your hand on the chat. Okay.
Kavita, have you finished downloading PyCharm? You can tell us in the chat. Yeah, Sukriti, for your error, just close PyCharm and reopen it.
My pipe.
Yeah, Dua, what happened?
Okay, yeah, I did that.
Okay, Dua, what happened? Is your PyCharm glitching out?
Yeah, it's just loading and then it stops.
Okay, so can you maybe quit? So right click on it and click quit, and then just reopen it one more time. In case it still doesn't work, maybe try resetting your laptop.
Should we press create after this?
Oh no, not yet. There's still one more step.
Yes.
Could you tell what to do again after once we...
Okay, so you want me to repeat what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so just navigate to the folder. And then, okay, so just once you do that, you can tell me.
So basically, like Akam said, just press the folder icon on the right and navigate to the folder that we made last class. And after that, just navigate to it, and then Akam will tell you the rest.
Once you do that, just hit a slash in case it doesn't show one after the folder you navigated, and type in this that I've just highlighted. Dua, have you opened PyCharm?
No.
Maybe try resetting your laptop and then rejoin the meeting and reopen PyCharm.
Okay.
Okay, so we just once Dua rejoins, I guess we can continue. Kavita, is your download for PyCharm happening? Can you please tell us in the chat?
Okay.
Okay. So have you finished the install?
Yeah, she finished the installation.
Okay.
Now, okay. So now you open the file and open the file and just see if PyCharm's opening.
No, she needs to follow the steps after installation.
Yeah. Just open the application and then follow the steps that Akam just told us right now.
Wait, Kavita, have you for the Python file? Wait, have you like gone through all the steps? Okay, I think she has. Okay, that's great. So Kavita, what you should do? Okay, Navneet has just rejoined. Kavita, what you should do is you should click create a new project. So just click on that, and then do you remember the steps, or should we repeat them? Someone's trying to join. Dua, oh yeah, Dua is rejoining.
Did anyone else finish?
I think Jay's done. I think Sukriti.
Apart from Jay. Siddharth, have you finished?
Just raise your hand in case you have. and Sukriti as well.
So could you just, okay.
Yeah.
Siddharth, could you, yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Navneet, has the install finished for you? Oh, wait. He's
He
not.
can't hear me.
Yeah, he's
His
not.
audio is not connected.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, it has. Navneet, have you finished your? Have you finished creating new project?
Oh, can you please repeat it? Like I've opened PyCharm, then I can see the create new project and open.
So
Yeah.
create a new project.
Okay, create new project.
Okay.
I click that and it's asking for location.
So in location, do you see the little folder, the folder icon?
Folder. Yes.
So click
So
on.
you click on that. And then you just
Okay.
create a new file. The file that we told you to create last class. If you've done that, just navigate to that file and you should be in just like that.
And then should I click open?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click open. Click open. Sorry. Yeah, that's what you meant.
Okay. Yeah. So I did the location. Next, what should I do?
Okay. So at the end, is there a slash?
No.
Okay. So put a slash.
Okay.
It is.
What I've highlighted here. So put a regular slash and write this.
I'll just paste that in the chat right now and then just copy that.
When I restarted my
Okay.
laptop and it worked.
Okay, that's great. Have you followed the steps to make the file?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
So I've pasted it right now, or what you have to just copy paste that towards the end of your file, and that will create a new project.
Okay, so
Main does help.
only Kavita, because she needs to finish up her. Kavita, have you created a new project? Can you please tell us in the chat?
Yes, Navneet here. I finished writing hello world. Now what should I do?
Okay, so for now, just leave it and we'll tell you what to do. We just see if Kavita.
Okay.
Kavita, can you please tell us in the chat whether you finished? I'm getting failed to create interpreter. Did you click the create because you weren't supposed to do that? Maybe that might have. Oh, okay. Yes. In case you did that, just close PyCharm and reopen it.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be the next step, which Akam's going to take you through.
Okay, so just follow the steps and raise your hand when you're done.
Okay, so I think Akam, you can just continue on. Just continue.
Kavita, I think Kavita knows the steps, so.
We know the steps.
Okay, so what you guys will notice here is this drop-down menu called Project Interpreter. So what I want everyone to do is click on that. Now, I know it looks a little bit complicated, but for now, it won't be. This is, so as you guys might have remembered, we made you download Python last class, and this is where it comes in important. So you should be selecting the option called New Environment Using, and there should be another drop-down menu. In case it hasn't selected Virtual Env already, make sure it's selected. So just click on it and click on Virtual Env. And here's where Python comes in important,
Yeah, so now if it's showing any other version, if it shows this, like for Akam, I don't think so, he's downloaded Python 3.8, and I think his latest version of computer is 3.7, so that's why it's automatically selected 3.7. Now, since we all had downloaded Python 3.8 last class, so just if it doesn't automatically take you to Python 3. If it doesn't automatically show Python 3.8, then just do that.
For me, it's not written 3.8.
No, okay. So as you might have noticed, it's a drop-down menu. So I want everyone to click. So please click on that, and it should say something called Python 3.7 here. And who is it not showing for? Dua, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you click on this drop-down menu, is it showing Python 3.8 somewhere here?
It's not dropping.
Click on this arrow.
Oh wait. No, when I did that, it's not showing. It's only showing the same option I already have.
What option do you?
Maybe that might be what option is it showing?
It's showing Python.
Sorry, you just lagged out.
Could you repeat that?
It's showing 38 to 32.
Maybe can you send me a screenshot, then we can try and figure out what the problem is.
Okay.
You can send it to me my WhatsApp or by chat. Jen,
Okay.
you done this already?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So after that, okay, no, sorry, you can continue.
wait for everyone to finish and then we get on to the next step. Kavita, you still haven't told us in the chat.
Okay.
You've done. Are you following on right now? Or are you still having some problems with PyCharm? Everyone, keep in mind that every time you make a new project, you will not need to do this project interpreter thing. So for now, so this is just a one-time thing, but to make
Kavita, it's completely fine because since Acom and me have been doing using Python for like a long time, and we have to constantly update, so we have to download the new versions. That's why it's showing like plenty of options. But then for you, since you've only downloaded one, so it's fine. So that's basically the only version of Python that you have installed. So that's completely fine. But then options like what Acom has would only be there if you download multiple versions of Python.
okay, so once everyone's done, please use the raise hand feature. I think everyone's done. Dua, Navneet, are you done? Sorry, Dua, are you done?
I'm sending a picture. 1 second.
Okay. Python executable not found. Did you click anything except for this? Because please try not to advance.
Are you sure? Like, it's you have clicked on new environment and not existing interpreter, and do make sure like both of this is just make sure that inherit global site packages and make available to all projects. These two are unchecked.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, you did. Okay. What have you chosen? Virtual env. And by the way, Siddharth, you click on. Did you do anything? Did you click on create? So you didn't click on anything. Where is it showing the problem? Is it showing it in base interpreter? Below interpreter. Siddharth, can you please maybe send a screenshot? And Dua, I don't think I've received a screenshot. Wait, sorry, I accidentally stopped my screenshot. Okay, Dua, I received it.
I sent it in the WhatsApp.
Okay, yeah, I've received it.
Okay. I don't think so. That's a problem because that's existing interpreter and we're not using that. So that's completely fine.
No, it's
That's
okay, yeah. I think can you share your screen maybe? And then just show us what all options it's giving.
It's telling you can't. Okay, wait.
Yeah, it's saying all participants. So, yeah.
This.
Can you click on base interpreter? The drop down menu. Okay, that's all it's saying. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a problem. In case it does, we'll try and figure
Yeah,
out.
so we'll get to Ekam will get to know if it's a problem after G press create.
To our last class, did you run the python.exe? So when you downloaded it, I think you must have gotten a python.exe file. Did you run it?
This is what I got.
Okay, it's fine. We'll see if there's a problem. In case there is, then we'll try and figure out what it is.
Okay.
So for now, I think everyone's done. I don't think anyone's having. Siddharth, can you please send a screenshot? Or is
Navneet, are you done?
yeah, Navneet is done. But I think Siddharth, I think it's done. Have you fixed it? Because like your hand is raised. Okay, he'll send a screenshot. Until then, Siddharth, is it fine if we can? Yeah, sure, Siddharth, you can share screen. Is it in the existing? Guys, if it's showing something under existing interpreter, it doesn't matter. It's only if it shows something in the option you've selected, you should have selected new environment. Yeah, okay, no, this is nothing. This is not showing an error. Wait, 1 second. Okay, I think, Siddharth, when you downloaded the Python file, did you run it?
I don't think she's opened the file.
Yeah, exactly. I think, okay, so I think, so Kavita, is it showing it in the existing under existing interpreter? Because if it did, it's no problem. Kavita's just showing us in the chat. Siddharth, maybe just check the file that you downloaded last class and run it. And I think, is it, okay, so Kavita, if it's an existing, there isn't a problem. So I think, Siddharth, will you be able to figure out the problem or do you want us to wait? Because we haven't done much yet and we need to move faster.
Ekam, I think let's continue and then I think if Siddharth still has any problems, I think we can clarify it.
Yeah,
after
okay,
this.
saying we can go ahead. Okay, that's great. So
Oh, we don't need to select inherit global site packages, right?
can you make sure you don't select them?
Yeah, okay.
Because packages is a different part of Python. So once everyone has done this, what you need to do now is click create. So, okay, my screen share is just stopped. I'll continue it. And it's going to open up this. It's going to go through this. It's going to create a virtual environment. And now we're just going to take you through the interface. So we try to make this short. So as you guys can see, there's over here in the middle, there's a bunch of shortcuts. And this is basically going to be where your file is displayed. Then on the left, as you guys can see, there's a bit of a taskbar. So over here, all of this, you guys don't need to worry about it. But what you will need to worry about is this thing. Now this, as you guys can see, it shows the path that you made for the folder. And this is actually the folder you made. So right now, as you guys made the file, Python automatically creates a folder based on the name of the file. And in this file, we have the interpreter and we can actually make the code in it. So everything is saved in this. So do you guys understand that? I know.
It's giving me tips, so should I just close the tips?
Yeah, just close them. The tips are more or less you'll use later on once you understand the language. But that's a useful thing about PyCharm. It gives you tips and things you can.
Yeah. So that's one of the main features, not main, but that's one of the features of PyCharm, which it gives you tips every time you open it. So yeah.
So I think everyone's understood that. So what I want everyone to do now is I want everyone to click on this, right click on it.
Actually, I'm not getting the path. I'm not getting that.
You just like hover over it, it should show this. So for me, it says desktop core and Python course projects, hello world.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, okay. So I want everyone to right click on this, hover over new and write Python file. Now what this is going to do is it's going to create a Python file and right now you can give it a name. So since we're going to be teaching you about our hello world program, let's name it accordingly. So hello world. And so it'll take a second and it'll open up a file. Now, Sabat can take over from here. I just need to do something. Yeah, Sabat, you can take over now. Yeah, is it working?
Could you accept it? Yeah. Okay. So now, as Akam said at the start of the class, that we'll be doing a Hello World program. So just wanted to so what exactly is this program going to do? So all it's going to do is just print the text Hello World out. So now, how exactly would you print something? Akam, would you mind showing them the debugging console and what happens when you run? Just
Sure. So here, there's when you right click, you can click on this debug hello world. We'll explain more about debugging later on, but for now, Sabal will just use it to show you what happens behind the scenes.
Okay, so now once you write some code and when you run the program, it's okay. So 1 minute, press run.
By the way, you can right click on the program and you can run the program.
There's also this button over here to run the program, and once this pops up, you can also use this to run the program. So those are three different ways to actually run a program on PyCharm. One is you right click on the program and go press this, or you can even use the command. You can even use shortcut, which is I think on Mac. I think it's Shift.
No, Control.
Control
Shift R. Control Shift R.
Control Shift R. And on Windows, I'm not sure, but then if you right click, it's right beside that. Then either you can do that, or you can use this button right here, or you can just use. Okay, so there are three or at least four different ways to run a program on PyCharm. One is by right clicking on the program itself. This will show this. Now either you can press this button, or you can instead of right clicking, you can just use this shortcut over here on the right, which is Control Shift R.
Now, say something.
Yeah.
Adrian, in case you need to know, running a program basically means executing it.
Yeah, executing the program. Now that's one way. Now the other way is either you can press this button right over here, or you can just directly just press this button on top. Okay, now how exactly do you print out something, or actually, yeah, how do you actually print out something in Python? Well, since as explained in the introductory lesson, Python syntax is really common and really similar to the English language, and it's simply written as simply print. Now, if you just write print, if you can see Python, PyCharm automatically corrects it. So I will show it again. But at PRI, it'll start automatically suggesting that, and you can just press an enter, and it will auto complete that. Now, what print does is it, as the name suggests, it prints something out to this console, right over here. It prints out something to this. So now I want to print out. Yeah. So now in this case, now this in printing also, yeah. Now we'll come to this a bit later when you're doing data types. But then, if you want to print out some text, you put it between double quotes, and you can. So then this will be considered as text by Python. But if you want to print out a number, then you can directly. You don't have to put it in double quotes and just write it. So I'll first just show you how. So now that, so has everyone written print hello world?
Please take.
Has everyone written
that? Once you have, just raise your hand.
Yeah.
Sabat, just 1 second. Can I just? Dua was saying, Dua, what do you want us to repeat?
That was earlier.
No, it was from 4:35. So, Dua, what do you want us to repeat?
You already did.
Yeah, I already, when she was asking, I already repeated that.
Okay. So
I'll just repeat that again for if anyone know, for someone who hasn't understood. So it's, so all you do is, so all you do is write PRINT, or you can directly use a suggestion from PyCharm, and you can either you can press enter and it'll auto complete the curly brackets or the parentheses. I mean the parentheses, or you can put the parentheses yourselves and put two parentheses and then write double quotes, hello, hello world.
just note that when you type the first parentheses, the second one comes automatically, so it takes much less time.
Yeah, and that's an added benefit of PyCharm.
Okay, so just 1 second. Yeah. So Dua, Jay, Kavita, and Navneet, have you not figured out how to do it? Do you need anything?
No, I did it.
Yes, please raise your hand. So Dua, have you figured it out? Dua, you're on mute. Have you figured it out? Maybe your mic isn't working.
Error, no Python.
Okay, so I think just raise your hand. And Kavita, can you?
Kavita having some problem.
No Python interpreter configured for the project. Okay, maybe she didn't follow the steps. Kavita, so can you maybe repeat? So when it said Python interpreter in the previous step, when we were still on the PyCharm loading screen, did you click on the drop-down menu and select it? Did you select the correct option? Okay, so she selected. Did you, so
Okay.
new environment using under that where it says base
Okay,
interpreter?
Kavita, so can you so instead of running right now, since I think that will take some time of debugging your problems and it might just delete the others. Will it be fine with if we can, like, after the class ends? Will it be fine if you could share your screen and me and Akam could debug the problem with you, and
Okay,
that's fine.
Siddharth, yours is working now, right?
So Kavita, just pay attention to like what we're doing, and so you can just type it on your program, but then just don't run it. And after that, after we help you in configuring, then you can actually start running.
So can everyone run the program, please?
Yes. Now just press run.
Right click and press run. So just raise your hand. So lower your hands, everyone, right now. And once the code does run, just raise your hand. And it says hello world. So it should show this kind of output.
Now, if you can see, it prints it's hello world. Now, if you
Wait for everyone to finish.
okay, yeah.
Okay, I think Socrates is working, Jay is working, because you both, and Siddharth. Okay. Navneet as well. So Dua, is it running? Dua, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, it's running.
Okay, so great. So by the way, guys, we might have to go a little bit quickly now because we have a low amount of time. But does everyone know how to print something now? Because now we're going to be giving everyone a bit of a challenge. It's going to be a very basic challenge. It's just going to be one line of code. So what we want everyone to do is we want everyone to, in print, type out their name. So can everyone please do that? And let me just set up something. Sabat, can you set up something in the website so they can add code snippets?
Yeah, so you can just post your code on the, I think, the forum.
Yes.
Okay, so what else?
I'll just make a,
You can just make a post and then everyone can reply to that with.
Can you please repeat the challenge?
Okay, so the challenge is to print your name. So just just one line of code, just print your name.
Is it okay if I take like a screenshot and send it on WhatsApp?
Sure, that's fine.
Sure, that's fine, but then we would recommend you to upload it on the website. Look, not now, but then like later, after the class finishes, then you can upload it.
Okay, so after the class, but for now, once I just put this in, everyone can put it on the website.
So you're on. So you just don't have to send us your code. You just so we'll be doing it. So me and Akam will just show you how to do it, and if anyone has done it a bit different or if it's not working, then they can just tell us at that time. That way it'll be quicker. But just raise your hand once you finished.
So can I delete my first line code?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone, does everyone have access to the website?
Akam, could you send the website link on the chat?
Okay, sure. And someone, okay, so I'll just send that. By the way, everyone, there should be an option called code snippet when you're putting in your code. So click on that and then paste in your code.
And also, please do make an account on the website. So there would be an account to register, and just do that, and then you will be able to use it.
I sent the link on the chat. Oh, wait, I've only sent it to. Let me send it to everyone. Here, yep. So everyone, please open it and put it in there. And try to maybe bookmark the site because we're going to be using it quite a lot for all your coding challenges. So you can use it for that. And we'll give like about one small piece code of homework. Is everyone okay with like just one piece of homework every day, every class? Just not much, only a couple of lines of code.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Okay. Dua, Navneet, are you guys finished? I can't see everyone's names, so.
I have finished it, but I need to upload it in that chat.
No, so just run your program and then just see if it's working.
Like to sign in, do we have to subscribe to that form?
No. It just you can using your Gmail account. So what you guys, once you open the website, it should say something at the top. There should be something called login. So just click on that and then give you an option to sign in with your Gmail account.
Oh, okay.
Or any other email that you might have. Once you do that, you can go.
Hello, Navneet here.
Yeah.
Look, so I went to that forum. I clicked the coding challenge 1, and then it's giving me an option to write a comment. And should I click the code snippet?
Yes.
Yes.
Choose a code snippet and then paste it in the code.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you.
you're not able to type anything? Have you like clicked?
You have to click on the site on the. Have you first of all, Siddharth? Have you made a new file?
Okay, so Navneet's code is working. That's great. It shows no interpreter. Okay, so I think Siddharth's having the same problem as what is it called? As
Kavita.
after the class. So just try and keep all this code in mind. You can still paste in your code, but okay. So it looks like Dua and Navneet, both of you, it's working. That's great. So Siddharth, just try and just paste in your code whatever you think is correct, and then yeah, after the class you can try and figure out your problem. Okay, so it's Navneet's and Dua's is working. That's great.
Okay, so I'll just.
Okay, Kavita, just try to choose the code snippet option so it stays with the formatting, but yeah, your code is correct.
So I'll just print. So I'll just show like the how do you the answer to the challenge. Second.
So everyone, is it fine with the class code?
Why should I load it on the website? I don't get it.
So there should be something called, have you signed into the website?
Yeah.
So there should be something called forum. Have you clicked on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you need to do then is open my message called Coding Challenge 1. And once you click on that, in the comments, you can choose the coding snippet option and then paste in your code. So Kriti, you've made it as an external post. Can you please like put it under the post that I've made? So I'll just delete this one and just put it under my post. Here. So we need okay, Dua, Navneet, and Kavita. I need Sukriti's. Yeah, Kavita's put it in again. That's great. So right now we need Sukriti's, we need Jazz, and we need Siddharth's.
I'm not able to type.
Wait, Jay, there's a problem in your code. Python syntax is actually case sensitive. So if you put in a capital, it's going to show an error.
Yes, so while you're doing that, so I've just printed out, this is coding challenge number 1.
Yeah, I put that by mistake. Actually, I'm on the meeting on my iPad, so I just copied my code from there. But then on the iPad, like the first letter automatically becomes capital. So.
Okay. Jay, just one thing. Can you also choose the coding snippet option?
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
It has to be capital or
it can be capital.
No, it doesn't have to be capital.
It should
okay.
not. If it's
I'm not able to type my code for some reason.
what is it showing? So can you just like
it's not showing anything.
Paste it in, so you can select the code snippet option and you can paste it in case it doesn't work, just put it in the chat for now, and then we will try and figure out the problem later.
Okay.
So Navneet, Dua, and Kavita have uploaded. So we need to wait for Siddharth. You need to upload it.
By the time we do that, can you go on to the next thing?
Okay, sure. Since we're running a little bit short on time, we just continue. You guys can just paste it on as we're talking. So now the next part is going to be something called variables. So have any of you learned about variables in math, in algebra?
We learned it in science.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a little bit different in science. But have you guys learned it in algebra in school? Okay, looks like you haven't. Okay, so basically a variable is a certain term or word or letter or symbol basically for something. So for example, in maths, have you guys at least like heard of like X standing for a number? So like X is equal to 1. Have you guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very similar to that. So in this case, let me just make a variable to help you guys better understand it. So for now,
Okay.
I'm gonna make a variable called X. Now, we need to assign some kind of value to X. In this case, we're gonna make the value 5. And this is the syntax. You make the name of the variable and equal to sign and what you want to put as the value variable. So more or less, you can think of the variable as kind of like where you store a certain value. So in this case, we're storing the value 5 with the variable X. So does everyone understand that? And the syntax is quite basic. With the variable,
A simpler, one simple definition that I could think of would be a variable could be is a container that actually stores values, any value that you assign to it, and that value can be changed uh, uh, to any number of times. That's a simple definition. If anyone would like that.
so does
So
everyone
if anyone would.
get it, or does anyone still have any questions?
Don't we also, do we need to add a semicolon at the end?
So
Um,
this is the best thing about Python, why it makes it so easy. In Python, there's no like instantiator for a code and there's nothing to end a line. So in Python, there's no such thing as a semicolon at the start, making something at the top. It's just, you just put in code and you don't have to worry about anything like that.
okay, so like for example in Java, a current programming language such as Java, you have to put a semicolon after the line after your program code ends, so that the computer actually knows that your statement is actually ending. But then, as Ekam said, this is the best part about Python is that you don't have to put anything as such as a semicolon.
Okay, so now variables can be used to store a number of things. You can use variable to store a certain piece of text. So in this case, the variable that we're going to save is hello world, and that's obviously a piece of text. Then you can also use it to store a number. So the thing for this is kind of similar to print statements, as Sabit had pointed out. You don't need to put any numbers. So when you're doing numbers, you don't need to put in any quotation marks. So for example, I can put 5 and 5 still counts. Yet if I try to put something as hello, it's going to give me an error. I need to put a certain piece of text in quotes. So does everyone understand that?
Now, why we should put text in quotes? Why is number not required in quotes? We will be coming back to that in the next class. So that is called data types. Now, one more thing that you can do with variables is that, so suppose I think the same example, x is equal to 5, right? Now, if later if I want to reassign, if I want to change the value from x equal Duano, you can change it to any name. So I can put it as hi is equal to yes, I guess. So just it can be anything. But then and one more thing, we will be uploading a list of keywords on we'll be uploading a list of keywords on the WhatsApp group, and even emailing it to you, that you cannot use as names of variables, such as if you want to use print as the variable name. As you can see, it's giving an error as it's a keyword. That's why. So now if you try using that, then it won't work.
So another thing, you can assign variables as a variable. So say you want to have a constant variable called hi, but you want to occasionally change the value of x. So say for now, right now, okay, so I'll get a little more to that later. Something important about variables is that you can actually print them out. So obviously having a variable won't do anything. You want to show them to the audience. So to do so, what you can do is you can do a print command like normal.
The name of the variable.
Exactly. But one catch is that you will not need any quotation marks. So now it's kind of like as a number, since Python does know about this value called x. and it's not just any string, like any character or text. Python knows that it is a variable, so Python will
Please note, and sorry, Ekam, please note that Python is case sensitive. So if you put
X, it'll
capital X, then it won't recognize that, as you define the X as the lowercase x is equal to 5, and it cannot actually find anything with capital X, so it will give you an error.
Okay, so now if I click print X and I run this code, it's going to print out the value of X, which is 5. Please note that if you put quotation marks, it won't actually, if you put in quotation marks, it will not actually print the value of X, it will just print the text X. So it's important not to put quotation marks. Yeah, so
Do everyone understand that? Anyone has any questions? Then I can just demonstrate one last thing about variables.
Yes, Navneet, I have a question. Why are we even using variables? Why are you
Okay.
using it?
Okay, so for now, variables might seem,
Ekam can answer this question. If
okay.
you don't mind.
First of all, variables might seem kind of useless, but the thing with variables is they can be called upon at any time. So imagine you're trying to put a piece of code, okay, and you want to put a value to something. Imagine trying to print it out every second. Plus, if you're making a variable, if you change the variable, every instance of it, every time it's called upon in the code, is going to, you're going to have to spend lots of time changing it. But if you have a variable and you just change the value of the variable, it changes it completely all over.
One more, an easy example could be you're making a game. Okay, now you want to store how many. For example, it's a shooting game. Okay, now you want to store how many enemies or how many people has the person killed, or how much is the person's health, or some data like that. Now you can't. Now you have to store these in you have to store this data somewhere, or else it'll get lost. Now in normal games, if you see normal games, sometimes they show you number of enemies
Sabah, I think you just lagged out.
that you've killed after the game finished. So now how do you actually? Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
Hello. Okay, so I'll just re-explain that. So take an example of a game, okay? And if you want to store the person's health, now you you have to see you want to store the number of enemies the person has actually killed. So you can now you have to store this data somewhere, right? And that's where variables come in. Or you store the number of enemies. For example, number of enemies
Sabah, they're using a.
killed.
I think it's a little bit glitched.
Yeah, it's a bit. Ekam, if you could just correct that.
Yeah, okay. Just one thing. Next class, Navneet, to continue on to your question, we're actually going to be talking about a really important instance of variables, which you'll be using all the time. So just that'll be something else. It's inputs, but we'll talk more about it next class because it's next class's lesson.
Okay. So for example, you see number of enemies killed is equal to 10. Now this was exactly what I was trying to comment. Now, for example, the person kills some more enemies, so the number will add up. So now you can reassign the same. Now, if you can see instead of typing such a long name, PyCharm actually auto completes it and it gives you suggestion that if you want to write this, so you just press enter. Now you just update it as number of enemies killed is 15. So now, similar to this, now if you didn't have variables, then I think I made a mistake over here. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So now, if you didn't have these variables, then this data of number of enemies that you killed would be lost, and you wouldn't be able to use it. For example, showing it at the end of the game, yeah, or as a high score. Navneet, does that answer your question? Does it give a bit more clarity?
Yeah. Yes.
One last thing to talk about in variables. So you can actually assign variables to other variables. So for example, I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but I'll just use an example. So say I have a variable called X, okay? and I want to make the value of x y. Sorry, I want to make the value of y the same as the value of x. So I can do this, right? But say I want to change x. So I print out the value of x so we can see what it is. So print out x, or we can print out y. So we can see this. We will print out both values. So we can see the value of them. So as you can see, the value of x is 5 and 5. But say I want y to be a constant variable, but I keep on changing x. The good thing about this is as you change the value of x, it automatically changes the value of y. So I want to make the value of x 10. Then I can print these two again. And as you guys see, the both first will print 5, 5, and then it'll print, wait just 1 second. Yeah. And then I need to update this again. Y is equal to x. And then as you guys can see, it updates to 10. So does everyone understand that? You can basically change variables and it'll change other variables as well. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today's lesson. Does anyone have any questions about the lesson? Please ask now. Or Sabah, do you have anything to add on?
I think we pretty much covered everything on variables.
Okay, so has everyone figured everything out? Or does anyone have any?
Yes.
Okay, does anyone else have any?
No.
Okay, so so I guess you guys can leave now. Bye, thanks for coming. Kavita and Siddharth, can you guys please stay on the call so we can figure out your problem?
Should we should we close it? Should we close PyCharm straight away,
No,
or is there any way to?
in the top left, file and or save all.
Or you can just press Control S or Command S. Control S is on Windows, Command S is on Mac.
Guys,
Okay.
we'll soon sending you some small homework, and we'll send it to you through we'll send it through website, WhatsApp, and email. Just check all 3 platforms.
Okay. So if I press Control, Command S, and then what should I do? Should I just close it?
Yeah, then just say. Okay, so
One more thing, Ekam, could you just take attendance?
yeah, okay. So yeah, we forgot to do that at the start of the lesson. So wait, no, but I can just tell whoever's in the meeting. So okay, I'll just Sabat, can you just do you have access to the spreadsheet? We'll send the link later on.
Yeah. Siddharth, just one question: is it working?
Because Kavita's is fixed. I don't think it is. Sabal, wait, yeah. So we'll just quickly just take attendance, and then yeah, I guess everyone can leave. So let me just do this.
So Siddharth, just stay back, and Ekam, I think everyone's just left, so it's fine. Okay, thank you guys. You can just.
Can we just close? Or we will have
you
to
just press Control S or Command S to save, and it will, and then it'll automatically save, and then you can leave the meeting. Thank you
but
guys.
I'm not getting saved.
It'll save on its own. After
Oh,
press
okay.
Control S or Command S, it'll save on its own, and then you can.
Wait, has Kavita left the call? Because I need to ask her something. Kavita, in the forms there were 2 responses. There were Aishwarya Vishwanath and Vaibhav Vishwanath. Kavita, can you just tell us what's about that in the chat? Which one should I save, or do I change one of them to Kavita? Because I think maybe that's your parents' name. Oh, okay. So you both are on the same call. Okay, that's great. So I'll just highlight both those names. Yeah, just.
Bye.
Yeah. Can you just stay for 2 seconds because I just need to quickly do attendance. Okay, yeah, I've done attendance. Everyone can leave now. Siddharth, you can stay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Siddharth, could you share your screen? Okay. Now, could you press add configuration on the top right? And wait. I just asked for request. I just requested access to your. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's try this. Is it working? I don't think so. It is.
Okay, okay, so can you close, wait, yeah, can you just close this window? Yeah, so under hello world, can you click on Ben? Okay, it doesn't come up there. Okay, so I think maybe you can close it. Can you just like close, save, wait, no, it's fine. So can you just close and reopen it? Just like close it and reopen PyCharm. Can you please do?
Yeah, just exit PyCharm.
Yeah. And just reopen it.